Welcome, 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 welcome. I am D. Leonard Hughes. Welcome to the D. Leonard Hughes Personal Development Institute and Coaching Show. I'm the CEO and president of D. Leonard Hughes. I am Coach D. Leonard Hughes. It's a pleasure to be coming to you wherever you are in the world. We welcome you. We welcome you. I need y'all to do something for me. Whenever you come on, hit that like button. Go to our Facebook page, D. Leonard Hughes Personal Development Institute, and hit a like. Hit a like. The more likes we get, the more we begin to move up in the algorithms um, of Facebook and all the other platforms, Twitter or X, whatever it may be, YouTube. We're on 5 platforms, and we try to be on all of them. We're gonna get on Thread. I got to figure out how to get on Thread. We are putting this mind. I'm known across the world as the mind hacker. And that's what there's my mother, Dolores McRae. Glad to see you on. I'm sure my aunt is on. I hope she's on. Aunt Betty. She's on. And everybody is. We're on 5 platforms. We're on 5 platforms. This is not a church platform. It is not a religious platform, but it is a Christ within you awareness platform. It is personal development. It's all about personal development. Why don't you contact somebody, call somebody, and let them know this is not just a church type of thing. This is something to help you in your mind, help you get in your head and help you get out of your head. Some folks need to get in their brain. Some folks need to get out their head because they're overthinking. When you overthink, you become overwhelmed. Excuse me. Tonight, I'm going to unpack, as you see, do you really have problem? This is going to be really good. I want you to listen carefully. When you get new information, it's like a computer. Garbage out, new information in. Don't just try to hold on. And it's a challenge because we meet resistance because that which we think, that which we believe, that which we have felt, be it negative, be it positive, become crystallized in our being. And so it takes practice to really get this stuff out of you. You got to practice. You got to work with it. You got to work with it. It's an everyday 24/7, 365 days out of the year practice as a project. And it's good because what do you have? All the time that you have is about you. Whatever you're doing, it should be productive, not just even we're over 6 months in this year. What accomplishments have you been making towards your goals, towards your desire, being and doing the person that you desire? What steps? I want to start with this. What steps have you taken to move into those areas of development? When you see something come up, this is why through these teaching, through this platform, through my daily mental wake up, I send out thousands every morning. You have to take that and see what areas that you need developing. You've got to terminate. You need to be developed because you're either growing, you never stop learning. When you stop learning is when you start dying. So you're always open for knowledge. Life is full of wisdom, full of knowledge, infinite intelligence. That's where God is, infinite intelligence. There's knowledge, there's words. We live in a word kingdom. Words mean a lot. Words can weigh you down. You can hear words like worry. That can weigh you down. Other different, just example of different words that you say that doesn't resonate with you and doesn't feel good. You got to reach for the best feeling because the law of attraction operates on the law of feeling. You have to feel as if you're already the person you want to be. You have to begin to act in the end as if it's already done. That's the key. That's the key of manifesting. Act as if you're the person you want to become, and act as if it's already done. That's what real prayer is. Real prayer is not going back and forth over and over and over. Please, please, please. No, it's getting in a receptive mood. In order to get into receptive mode, you've got to open up and believe that, hey, everybody that's on. I've been talking, haven't even looked down. And I can't see all the platforms. I just see my main page. So Victor, Grace, Sister Grace, everybody, my mother. I don't want to start doing that because sometimes people are like, well, I was on and you didn't mention me. If you're on and I didn't mention you because I can't see you and I can't see all the 5, platforms. All right. Let's start with this. You got to understand the psychology of really what happens with problem solving. This is very intense. It's been a while, Victor. Glad to see you on, man. Your brain is a fantastic problem solver. And I want you to catch this because a lot of things that you think there's a problem, many times there's something you've been dwelling on and you've created in a problem in your head. Doesn't mean you're crazy. No, it doesn't mean that. It's just how the brain operates. The brain is always trying to solve a problem. And when it doesn't have a problem to solve, it can and often will make up a problem. This is how the brain is wired. So you have to really search within yourself, get in your head. Those are times you have to get in your head. Sometimes you can stay in your head too long, but you have to get in your head and say, why am I thinking this? Is this just a reality? I was telling my mom, when you see Dolores McRae, that's my mother. And I was telling her, I said, no, Mama, the past is an illusion. She said, huh? I said, it's an illusion. Can you go get anything from your past and bring it and sit it before you in matter and form, sit it right on your couch, sit it on your table? You can't do that. It's an illusion. The same thing with the future. It's an illusion. The only reality that we have is now, right now. Everything starts with now. What you do tomorrow is determined in your now. Okay? I often use this from the Christian Bible, and I have to say that because I have all walks of people on my platform and in my coaching community, so I'm very careful of what I say and how I say it because this is a coaching platform. There's a scripture that says he's a very not future help, not past help, but he's a very present help in the time of trouble. And in all of my sessions, I always do a breathing technique first, go in, and everything throughout the day dissipates what we've been dealing with. Okay. So I was saying in problem solving, your brain is always looking for a problem. And if you don't understand that, you'll be going with your problem, with your brain, thinking there is a problem. And you've got stuff in your head about people. Your brain will tell you, well, this person think this way, they don't like you. Or when you walk in a room, it's real. But you have to work. That's a developing stage where your brain, your mind tell you, oh, you can't do this. You're thinking about doing something. And before you can even get off the runway, you've already listened to your brain. You listen to your brain to talk you out of it. Not that your brain is your enemy, but it was made to keep you safe and to survive. So 3 things happen when there's a crisis. 3 things happen in your brain. I'm sure many of you know this. Either you want to fight, you want to flight, or you want to freeze, okay? Either you want to fight, flight, and you're in that right now. Something you're dealing with, 3 things that happen. You want to fight somebody, it may not be physically, but it could be verbally. You just want to get them told. And sometimes people, 10 years ago, you're still fighting and fussing with people that wronged you years ago. You see what I'm saying about developing and getting into the development stage? Or you want to freeze. When people freeze, they just get stuck. They don't do anything. There's no momentum. There's no get up and go. They just become frozen because of something in their mind, something in their brain that they feel that it's a problem. I'm going to unpack this. Or you want to fight, freeze, or flight. Or you just want to get a one-way ticket to somewhere on the planet. Even if it could be to the moon, you'd rather be up there by yourself to get away from everything that you're dealing with. Okay? Our mind tries to look for possibilities that could hurt us so that we can plan ahead and prevent it. This will happen in anxiety, catastrophizing. You're having the worst scenario. You don't think in between. You don't see the big picture. You just got a tunnel vision, and the vision that you're saying, there's a freight train coming. There's a freight train coming. I see the light. There's a freight train coming, because you're just looking with a tunnel vision, and you're not looking for other options or looking for, hey, Dr. Sutton, looking for the big picture. Okay, so the brain looks for problems 24/7. It's looking, because that's how it's wired. I'm trying to help y'all. Hey, Evangelist Tracy Bonner. So the brain is always trying to, you can be watching TV, you can be just relaxed as you can be, and before you know it, the brain creates a problem. And most of the time, 85-90% of the time, what people are dealing with is not a real problem. Okay, it's a perception, or it's a perspective. These are the things that have not been taught and understood in the religious community. I'm not religious, I'm spiritual, but not religious. And you hear people, oh, I've got this problem, I got that problem. I have clients that come from a coaching client. I got a problem. And many, trust me, as a coach, I'm telling you, most of the things that people are dealing with are really not a problem. Is their perception. So those leaders that's on, I often say this, when people come to you with something, don't be so gun-ho or jumpy to respond, because it could be just their understanding or their perception, and you're addressing not the reality of the issue of what they're dealing with. You have jumped on board of their perception, which is not true. Most of the stuff that come in our head, it's not, let's be honest with you, it's not true. Why your brain never runs out of problems. Your brain has problems. That's where we're wired, to look for problems, to create problems. Something you're dealing with right now. I often say this young lady came to me first year in coaching. And as talking to her, she gave me about 13 or 14 things that she was dealing with. And when she got through, I told her, ma'am, that's not normal. She said, huh? It was about 3 things that was really challenging in her life, reality, that was about 3 things. The rest of it was a result of her thinking from the 3 things that she created. I liked what I just said. A lot of it was result, because once you have a thought, after 16 to 17 seconds, that thought just brings a whole bunch of other boogers with them. They all just come, and before you know, you thought yourself in a rabbit hole. So see, when I analyzed it, it was only about 3 real things that she was dealing with, challenges, okay? But the other 12 or whatever, 11, 12, was a result of her overthinking, catastrophizing in her mind for the worst case scenario, that she had created other mental world problems, not real, I said mental world problems in her life, and she had become overwhelmed. And so I went back in, and we went back to those 3, the 3 challenges. One was her health. Okay, one was one of her kids. Okay, just please, just pay attention to what I'm doing. No, I don't want to distract the people. 3, I forgot what I was, the other 3. Anyway, we end up beginning, how do you bite an elephant? You bite an elephant, bite by bite. So we had to go and put those 3 things, real challenges that she had, on the table, because her health was a real challenge. Okay, her trouble with her daughter was a real challenge. I can't remember other thing, but it was a real challenges. I didn't say problems, I said challenges. So the other stuff, we had to go back, and this is how you one of the main ways that you deal with the problem. Because many times, I forgot what it's called. I was just studying it. Hey, Sister Donita, everybody that's on, thank you. Many times you have to sit down, it's called journaling, and put stuff on paper. Whatever's going in your head, put it on paper. Don't try to sort it out in your mind. Put it on paper. If you're mad, put it on paper. If you're angry, put it on paper. If whatever it is, put it on paper and look at it. And then once you look at it, let's reframe it. Let's reframe it, because it's whatever you name it that weighs on you. If I'm just so depressed, nobody loves me, that's weight. That pressure's down on you. Okay? So your brain is always looking for a problem when there is no problem. Okay? Turns out research from cognitive psychology and neuroscience suggests that it's simply the basic way our brain processes information. We're constantly comparing what's in front of us and to its recent context. We're always comparing what's in front of us, and we're judging. With our thoughts, we hear them and we judge. I'm not talking about judge people, we judge our thoughts. We're not dealing with that on the religious point. I'm dealing with your mind, trying to hack your mind. I'm dealing with you. I'm dealing with you that you can bring yourself to the Christ mind. Once you develop the Christ mind until Christ be formed in you, that's the manifestation power. But Christ is the power. There's no other power on the universe but the power. 1 Corinthians 3:24, I think it says that Christ is the power and the wisdom of God. So why do people ask for more power? Why does people in the religious circle, they ask for more power? Give me more power. We need more power. No, you don't. You've got Christ for, I think it's 1 Corinthians 3:24. It says that Christ is the power. Once you receive him, you got to, and that power is in your thinking. Because you can't do nothing with it. God can't do anything if your mind's not right. When it came to the spies, when they went to view the land, their thinking, their perception was off, so they didn't get in. You said, well, seemed like God should have been merciful and just still said, all right, I'm going to still let you. He's a God of divine principle. When you work the principle, you see results. You don't be begging and pleading and going back and forth. No, you rest in. I was in Virginia on a tour a few weeks ago, well, last month, and I was lecturing on the reality of done. It's done. You ain't trying to get him to do nothing. Life is not working against you. Life is working for you. All things is working together. Let's go there. All things are working together for the good. Okay? So your brain is always looking for problems. So what are you saying, Coach Hughes? I'm saying a lot of things that you have going on. You may have a few things that's a real challenge. That's a really challenge, your job. But even with that, because you're dealing in that still goes into a social area because you're still dealing with people on your job. Okay? So you've got to make sure that you're processing all of that. First of all, I did a wake up. I did a wake up yesterday, and I did some excerpts from Robert Kiyosaki talking about money and talking about work. School teaches you how to memorize stuff. Wait a minute, listen. School teaches you how to memorize stuff, but it doesn't teach you how to become rich. It doesn't teach you about wealth. Okay, let me go back to that since I'm on that. Y'all give me a second because I feel to deal with that a little bit. Not much. I got a lot of stuff. Not a lot of stuff, but I got some stuff I want to unpack. And I know it's helping you because once the brain is expanded, it will not go back, cannot go back to its original state. Okay, so let me do this because it's important. Those of you that you say, well, I've got some financial stuff I'm dealing with. Well, you've got to understand, is there really a problem? Or is it something that you need to work on in money management? Let me get this here. Is it something you need to work on with money management? Give me 1 second, y'all. I have to take it off of here. I got all of these the cameras and all of that. But I was talking. I want to share something. I would have had it ready, but it didn't come to me till I got on. Okay. I don't know whether I'm going to be in front. Let me move on. Let me move on. But dealing with and understanding that whatever you're desiring, you have to understand there's a timing. Every vision, every entrepreneurship, every business has a set time. Okay. I said last week, when you see people, there's no such thing as overnight success. No. All of a sudden, when we hear of a company, all of a sudden it goes public, or attention begins to get on it, and people begin to buy the products or begin to buy the services. That company have already been there. And many, you don't see the blood, sweat, and tears and the work that's involved unless you go back and read the biography of the company. So there's no such thing as overnight success. Every vision has its own appointed time. Everything you're working on, you plan it, okay? But how it's going to be done, who's going to be involved, that's what I got out there, the who, what, when, where, why. You don't know that. You don't know that. That's not your job. Your job is just to plan and develop yourself. Like, it's like a seed. Let's see here what I got here. A hen egg takes 21 days. A little lamb takes 5 months. A horse takes a year. A human takes 9 months. So each seed has its own appointed hour. I know we don't like that word patience. We don't like that word having to wait. Okay? To overcome this, let's go on. And to overcome this, we have to sharpen our skills. I'm still going back to problem solving. We have to sharpen our skills using tools like mindfulness. I mentioned that earlier, learning how to be present. He is a present help, not a future help, not a past help. Learn to be present. And this is a real challenge to be able to just sit down, enjoy the now, enjoy nature, going outside, enjoying nature. Learn to enjoy yourself. You're living such a tense lives. Okay? All right, let's move on. Mindfulness, staying present, observing your thoughts without judging yourself. Observing your thoughts without judging yourself. If there's a bad thought, don't judge yourself. Don't suppress it. You have to just, okay, no, that's not true. Let it go. Whatever that inner critic tells you, you say, no, that ain't true. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Believe not every thought. It said spirit, believe not every thought. Okay? Okay. All right. Problem solving occurs when you ask questions to discover the answer or put a solution into action. Anytime there's a question, the answer is already within you. Okay? Problems are not real. They're simply projections of your mind. Problems are simply a projection. You said, am I crazy? Come on, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, again, it could be a couple things that's really a challenge, 2 or 3 things, but 15, 16 things, no. You got to correct some stuff. You got to remove yourself from people and circumstances, remove people and circumstances from you. You're trying to save the world. You're trying to do this and you're trying to do that. And boo, you're not even whole yourself. You done jumped out of one relationship to another relationship, from one job, and it's okay. But you got to do it with a plan. What's your plan? Well, every time I plan, it never goes as planned. That's not what planning is all about. Planning doesn't mean it's going to go the way you want it to go. Planning means you have a plan, a course of action. That's what it means. It means you have you have a course of action. Now, as you see, the why, the where, the what, the how, the when, the who, it's not your business. You just plan your action and you act. Because you don't plan to fail, you fail in the plan. You fail to plan, whatever it is. Okay? You set your course of action. You go on. You develop yourself. You read. You become confident in you and confident in your abilities. And get that religious stuff out of your mind. And Reverend Ike used to say, get your butt out the way. I would, but I could, but I should have, but get all that. You're blocking yourself. Stuff you're saying is blocking yourself. I'm very careful in my conversations. Those that are close to me, and I tell you, my mom's on, my aunts, I'm very careful in the conversation, okay? Every thought, feeling, sensation, everything you're aware of is happening only in your private internal world. Your thoughts appear only to you and are not being heard by anyone else whatsoever. That's why when you walk in the room, don't walk in. I wonder what they're looking at me. They ain't looking at you. They got their own mind. They ain't thinking about you. And if they are, so what? This is an attitude that you get to be successful. All right? You got a lot of stuff in your head. You gotta get in your head and then get out your head and enjoy your life. Is it a real problem? Or is it just, if you say, well, they don't like me, and I got a problem. What's your problem? People at my job don't like you. That ain't no problem. You don't even know that. Even if they told you they don't like you, so what? And if they haven't told you, you don't know that. People have internal mental world issues they're dealing with themselves. A problem is one thing, an issue is something else, a situation is something else. And people have issues. It's you. It's you. You've got to take responsibility for your life. That's the only way you get the power back. You take the power back that others have taken from you over your period of dealing with people. Take that power back and be responsible for your own life. Thou shalt make thy ways successful. Thou shalt make thy way prosperous. And you shall have good success. Didn't say God's going to do it. You've got to do it. How do you do it? By developing yourself, by reading. Read about those that's doing it. Those millionaires, Elon Musk, I talk about him a lot. I like a lot of them. Anybody that's accomplishing their dream, I like them. Anybody that's inventing and got businesses, I like them. All right? I like them. People are doing something. When I started this, I didn't know what was going to happen. But I'm beginning to pick up momentum because I took it in a different direction. I want to cover issues that you don't get in your religious community. Most of you don't get in your religious community. Okay? If you keep on thinking about a certain negative thing over and over again, it will control your mind. Okay? Do you ever catch yourself daydreaming, wishing you were somewhere else? Somebody say, I did that a few minutes ago. Do you ever wish the weeks away, living only for weekends? Do you ever dwell on past events, wishing you'd done things differently? This is how many people spend their days lost in thought, either projecting into the future or dwelling in the past. But the key is being present. The key is mindfulness. The key is enjoying the now. If you're looking for God, you will find him in you, for one, in the present. He's a very present. I just feel to cover that again. And some of you came and sit down and be quiet for 10 minutes. You're all over the place. You're moving. You're doing this. You're doing that. Put your hands together and sit down and work your mind and whatever's driving you to do that, whatever's driving you, pinpoint it and take the power back. Get control back over that thing. Get control of your life. Get control of your mind. When you recall an event from the past, you recall it when? Everything's now. If you think back there, you're thinking it now. If you're thinking in the future, you're thinking it now. The only reality you have is right now. Right now. Enjoy the now. Do the breathing. Do the nose, 4 in. Do the mouth, 7 out. It dissipates whatever you've dealt with in the day. How you wake up determines your day. How you go to bed determines your day. What information you put in. Okay? All right, let's keep going. I really appreciate you all, those that are on, and many are on every week, and I appreciate that. Okay? Talking about your past. You cannot touch, hear, or feel the future before it is now. Everything's touched now. Nothing ever happens outside the present moment. Everything you've ever experienced or will experience happening in the now. You're thinking about it when? Now. Do you realize that everything's going on in your mind? Every thought, every feeling, every sensation. That's something I'm going to teach on, because you have these vibrations or these sensations that come up that you don't like. I don't like that. I don't feel good. Where did it come from? It's depressing because something triggered that sensation, that vibration in your body. Some thought, either consciously or subconsciously, triggered that. Maybe something you were worried about earlier today or yesterday, and that thought vibration comes back up, because thoughts are vibration, and vibration is sensation, and sensation responds to your body. That's why if somebody give you bad information that your house is on fire, you go from 1 to 1,000 in 5 minutes and come back and say, oh, I apologize. It wasn't your house. It was somebody else's house. But you already worked up, because vibration brings sensation, and sensations respond to your body. That's why the stress, worry, frustration. You feel those sensations throughout the day. And anytime they're not in line with positivity, they're not in line with the word, they're not in line with your faith, and they're not in line with your positive belief system. And when you feel that, immediately go in and try to pinpoint it. Hey, Keela, go in and try to pinpoint, why did I have this negative sensation? Why did I have this negative vibration? Okay, and once you pinpoint it, then when it comes up again, you give it another narrative, because we have all these kind of vibrations and sensations that comes up in our body, in our mind, and you can be doing something totally different. And that sensation or that vibration comes. All right, so let's kind of recap. We got 30 more minutes. Stay with me. So the brain always looks for what? Always looks for problems. I want to come back because I want to take it slowly. You get it out. Your brain is a fantastic problem solver, and when it doesn't have a problem to solve, it begins to look for a problem. So again, I want to keep nailing this. As I unpack this, I want to keep nailing this. You may have a couple of things going on in your life that's a real challenge. I didn't say a problem. First of all, don't use the word problem. Use the word challenge. Okay, let's example. You may have a challenge on your job. Okay, so once that starts, a whole lot of other thoughts are going to come, because you're saying, I got a problem, which is a challenge. I got a problem on my job. So with that, it's going to come a whole bunch of other things. You're going to become bitter. You're going to become upset. When you get to work tomorrow, you're mad at folks, and their mind is 1,000 miles away from you. Okay, let's say you have a problem with your health. That's a real challenge. Let's say you have a challenge. Correct myself. You have a challenge with your health. With that, and I know it when I went through the cancer battle, when the oncologist, urologist mentioned it, I walked out. I said, you need to tell my wife. Talk to her first, because immediately I understood, if I allow that news, that negative news, if it comes with a vibration, every thought, every word, every action comes with a vibration. So when he wanted to mention that I was at 4th stage, I walked out and stood out for about 5 minutes and then came back, because I had to build my faith. Come on, somebody. I had to get in line. I had to get my faith in line. Then I said, okay, doctor, tell me. So when he told me, I got it. But I had to make sure that I didn't allow other thoughts or vibrations that I had heard about the cancer. I didn't say my cancer. I didn't never have cancer. I was in a battle with cancer. Don't ever say you got something, because if you got it, nobody's going to take it from you. So I had to deal with the thoughts that came with that one vibration. That one word, cancer, brings a whole bunch of other vibration with it. That one word can just overwhelm you. Because you think about folks that died COVID, that one word. Oh, I told you, words have spirit, words of life. Words have energy. Words have vibration. Watch what you say. So I had to go in a battle of blocking everything out, but yet my mind was still rehearsing people that I have known that transitioned because of prostate cancer. So I had to constantly work on that. Hey, Sister Ruth, I had to work on all of that. So here it is again. Here's what I'm saying. You may have one or two challenges going on in your life, but with that will bring a whole lot of other thoughts that overwhelm you, and you'll begin to say, I got this problem, I got that problem. No. The brain always is a problem solver, and when it isn't a problem, the brain, that's how we're wired. Neuroscientists and cognitive psychologists let us know that's how we're wired. That's how we're wired. And we are negative biased. That's how we're wired towards negativity. That's why you find yourself in a battle from the negative to the positive. This is what happened in the garden. It was a battle from the negative. Not that God did not want them, that the knowledge that he wanted them to have, it wasn't ready for you. There were steps to take that. Okay, so what you do, how do you eat an elephant? Bite by bite. So you got two things going on, real challenges, okay? You got two real challenges going on. So you begin to deal with that and don't overthink on those situations. Remember, I say you have problem situations, have issues. Issues is you. Okay. So what you have to do is sit down, go in your mind, say, okay, we're dealing with this on the job. We're dealing with this. We're dealing with son. We're dealing with this. We're dealing with that. Okay, so deal with just that. And don't let all the other thoughts that come with that begin to overwhelm you. This is what happened when you're overwhelmed, is because your thinking and your thoughts are overwhelmed. Okay, there's something called a 72-hour rule. Anytime something major come up, give yourself 72 hours before you make any decision. And it works. Because sometimes you respond, and you're not supposed to be responding, you're supposed to be reacting. And once you get in this vein, you will constantly see, I see manifestations every week, every day. May not be nothing major, but little areas that I'm manifesting because of my faith, because of my confession, because of my thoughts. I have to be careful that I don't stay in my head too long. Because you can stay in your head too long and you got a whole bunch of other stuff start going. Once you start thinking something, after 16 to 17 seconds, I want y'all to get this. It's going to start bringing a whole lot of, that's what I'm saying. When you start thinking about that one challenge, your health, and you stay on that, it builds a momentum like a train. And with that, it starts, I like that. It starts picking up other passengers that think different thoughts, passengers of thoughts, because you seem like you're on a bus in life. Okay. And remember, life is not happening against you. Life is happening for you. Okay. Keep on going. Got a few more minutes. Being bitter is like drinking poison and waiting for another person or waiting for another person to die. Don't be bitter. All right. We are faced with a difficult of challenging situation. We need to avoid the urge to look at it as a problem that has happened to us. Instead, we need to ask ourselves, is there anything we can do now to address or resolve this solution? Many times you all are reluctant in bringing peace in your life because you are reluctant in putting people in their place and keeping people in boundaries. You have to keep people in boundaries. People don't really understand friendship. They think that means you're all in somebody's business and they're all in your business and you all in their business. That's not what that means. Friends don't have to talk every day. All right? In every life, we have some trouble. When you worry, you make it double. A man by the name of Bobby McFerrin said that. He said, when every life you have trouble. Yeah, there's some real challenges that come. Not saying, no, there's real challenges that come. But is that thing a challenge? Or the other things that you're dealing with as a result of that because you are catastrophizing, you're already going to the worst case scenario. So you're bracing yourself for all of these problems that's only in your mental world. They're not even real. One person said, I had a lot of problems in my life and most of them never happened. Where it happened in your head. Trying to get you to get in here. This is how you can't live in peace if you have a whole bunch of other, and many of you are afraid to take your power back. Take your power back. Get out your past. Now, only time that you have is right now. He is, the Christian Bible said he is a present help. A present help. A present help. He's present, not a future help, not a past. You got to learn to be present. That's why meditation is very important. You don't even meditate. You can't quiet your mind. That's why you can't get a hold of it. You can't get control of your mind. You can't get control of your world because you don't understand meditation. I do it all the time, throughout the day. You start with 30 seconds, just meditating, going within. Because if you don't go within, you're going to go without. You're going without because you're not going within. You're looking for the outward prayer. God is within you. I'm going to talk about the sovereign of God, his sovereignty soon. I want to deal with his sovereignty because it's not what people think it is. He gives you a choice. Sovereignty don't mean he's fully control. God's in full control. That's not what sovereignty is. You tell a girl that it just got raped. God's in full control. You can't address that like that. That's an injustice to the God within you. Okay? Why people see problems when there are none? Change your life by practicing being in the moment, realizing that we cannot control everything. You cannot control everything and everybody. Let me say that again. You cannot control everything and everybody. Again, you cannot control everything and everybody. Stop trying to. Only control you have are your reactions. That's it. And you can't get upset at other people because they're not responding the way that you want them to respond. Because then you can say, oh, I got a problem. Nobody listened to me. Stop all of that. You got all of these vibrations going on within you. And it's been going for years and nothing's been solved. Nothing's been resolved. You've been going to religious institutions and dealing with the same old stuff because nobody really teach you how to get in your head and really get your mind right. When we rush to make a decision, we run the risk of more unnecessary pain. I told you about practice the 72-hour rule. Before you make a major decision, give it 72 hours. Give it 72 hours. Looking at the big picture, it can be very easy to lose sight of what's important and let very minor events get the best of us. Don't turn a molehill into a mountain. You got to look at all the events involved with what you feel that there's a challenge. Is it a challenge, or is it you just need to put somebody in their place? I'm going to use your word. Is it a problem? Or is it you just need to disconnect yourself from somebody? It's just that easy. But you know what it is? We don't like to let go. We don't like to let situations go. We don't like to let people go. We don't like to let go because it's a comfort zone for us. But look at me this evening. You got to let it go. Whatever happened in the past, whoever did it to you, it's not hurting them, it's hurting you. There's someone tonight sitting in a cinema, eating popcorn, hot dog, a big cup, and laughing and talking, and you sitting on the phone complaining about something. And what good is it? What is it going to accomplish? Nothing but more stress on your body and cause vibration from thinking, stress and anxiety. Then sensations start in your body, and once it started, it builds a momentum and it locks in. And when you least expect, you start having those negative sensations and negative vibrations going on. What are you going to do about it? You're on the phone talking about, hey, DeShante, it's been a long time. Glad to see you. Now, once again, if I know I'm on 5 platforms and I don't mention me, I need to stop doing that because I have people that say, well, I was on and you didn't mention me because I can't see everybody. But what are you going to do? So we're dealing with what you call problems. Put them on paper. Put them on paper. And then you sit down and say, now, what can I do to resolve this? Well, God going to do it. Don't work like that. That's what they told y'all. Just bring it to Jesus. He'll fix everything. That's not true. He'll do what you can't do. Man's extremity is his opportunity. You can do it, but you're afraid to let go. You can pick up your phone or just block people. I'm not dealing with that now. When you start going to another level and people don't celebrate you and people don't honor you, okay, and make you feel less, you don't have to take that. That's what friendship, that's not friendship. People around you have to honor you. You respect them, they respect you. Your voice is just as important as their voice. You have a voice on the earth. You have a voice in your life. And you can't be just shut up all the time. People always shut up. If you're talking crazy, I'm talking different. But that's why you don't talk about your dreams and your business ideas. Hush. Those folks don't have no idea what you're talking about. They're barely working their 9 to 5. You tell I'm going to come off my 9 to 5 and this and that, and I'm going to do this, and you're talking to the wrong folks. That's why you keep getting raining on your parade, your idea parade. Because you're talking to the wrong folks. I tell folks all the time, you don't need another prayer partner. Become a part of a mastermind alliance group. Get among people that's doing. You're trying to be successful, but you're hanging around mindsets that don't even care about success, don't even want success, that's stagnant, that happy where they are. But you want more. So what you've got to do, and it could be family. You got to begin to pull away. You listen, I'm talking to you. Timing. This is an important time in your life. I got to talk to you. We're dealing in the now. We're talking about being present. It's got to happen. It's happening for you. Everything you need, you already got it. You've already put it in your spirit. Is already in your life. He's given us all things. All is all. If He's already given it to us, why y'all keep going back praying, telling the Lord, give me this, give me that? That's crazy. Take Him at His word. I already got it. So as you develop yourself, you draw it to the law of attraction. And as you develop, your vibration changes. As your vibration changes, your attraction changes. You got to do this. You got to do this. You do well for a while, and then you find yourself back in that rabbit hole because you don't see nothing happening. You have a few challenges. That's not challenges. It's just resistance. Your old mind, your old world is resisting the new you. You got to get rid of that past self. You got to recognize when the past self is talking. Can I say it again? You got to recognize when that old self is talking and listen to the new you that restored you, that renewed mind. Don't listen to that old mind. Listen to the renewed mind. This is good. This is good. All right? Let's keep going. I got a few more minutes. Got 14 minutes. Y'all stay with me. Living mindfully in the present. Okay? The greatest majority of our worries and fears are therefore the source of the great majority of problems that we create in our head. I'm unpacking this and I'm in your head as a mind hacker. All of the stuff that's going on and you think is going on, most of that stuff is not true. It's a vibration. It's a momentum that you started, and every now and then it comes up. It comes up. It comes up. It comes up because you entertain it. Where the attention goes, the energy flows. Okay? Where the attention goes, your energy flows. So you got to give your energy being. We're vibrational. We were vibration before we got in the flesh, and we're always vibrating. You got to hang with people with good vibes. You know, people, we've said that. I understand it better now. Hang with folks with good vibes. Don't overlook it. If you hear people talking crazy and that narrative is not where you are, and you can't change that. You can't change that. If they don't want it, you can't change it. And don't think you're taking on a project and helping them. They got to want it. I don't chase folks for coaching. They want it, they want it. Okay? Even on my platform, I don't chase folks. I know my information is valuable. I know I got the principles and the science of living. I know I have the science of living. Second, we realize that the future is not yet here and similarly has no power to affect us in the present. Don't let nothing except you. Don't let nothing affect you being present. Let's do a breathing treatment. Let's do breathing our nose. 4 in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7 out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. How does that feel? You live such a stressed life. You're afraid to do things like meditation and breathing and yoga. Oh, that's the devil. That's crazy. That's stupidity to even think that. Anything that can calm your mind, calm you down, help you get a hold of yourself, quiet your mind. Maybe I should have said it like that, but it is crazy. It's the crazy things you hear in the religious community. A lot of things I used to say because I didn't know any better. But I correct it now. Okay? Because don't be religious. Don't be denominational. Be spiritual. Don't just believe in your denomination and say, most of them don't know what he's talking about. And that's not an empowering. You can't empower. It can't give you no power. It's disempowering. The mind is very powerful too. Everything begins and ends in your mind. Everything begins and ends in your mind. Everything begins and ends in your mind. What you give power to has power over you. Somebody type that in, please, Tanisha. Somebody, DeShanta, somebody. Let me say it again. What you give power to has power over you if you would allow it. Your mind is a creative of habit and wants to do the same thing over and over again. This is what's blocking you because the way the brain is wired, it doesn't like to get outside the comfort zone. It likes to keep doing the same thing over and 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 over again. You got to block that. What you give power has power over you. Thank you. I thought I said it again. I thought I said it too fast. If you allow it, don't have nothing. I don't care what situation comes throughout the day on your job, something somebody said. Don't let it have power. Don't give it power. Smile. Give it another narrative. Let me say that always give situations a different narrative. Even if you think you're dealing with something similar to somebody else, is not the same, because how it leaves you is not going to be the same. Okay? It can leave you negative, bitter, mad, or it can leave you, okay, well, it happened, but I'm still living. This is the day the Lord has made. I'm going to rejoice and be glad. Don't let stuff have power over you. Sit down with you. Look at me. I got a few minutes. I got 10 minutes. Sit down with you. When was the last time you sat down with you in a quiet place? Oh, your mind's going to run. We have 60 to 80 thoughts, 60 to 80,000 thoughts per day. That's a lot. That's like an airport. 60 to, you don't catch them all because we can't catch them all, but it will always, and some of the thoughts are not yours. We live in what we call race consciousness, thoughts around you, other thoughts that people, we live in a thought world. So many times the thought's not you. You got to realize that. Okay, that's what happened to the Christ when they tempted him. That was the inner critic. If you be this, if you do that, cast yourself down. But he came back. He came back immediately. Yes, every day thinking today, and it was not every day is a nice day, because we often say, don't let one negative event spoil your whole day. How many times we've done that? Something happened. Oh, my day. My day was bad. My day was bad. Why? Your day wasn't bad because one event, because somebody pulled in front of you, you got upset. I mean, your day was bad. This is the day the Lord has made. If it comes, you can take it. It's not going to come in your day if you can't take it. He won't put no more on you than you can bear. He ain't going to put no more on you can bear. The universe is working for you. God is working for you. Whatever you feel comfortable. God, the universe, it's all the same. All the same. It's working for you. Nothing's working against you. Life's not against you. I got people against me. Don't worry about that. Life is not against you. Life is for you. All right, I got to wrap it up. Yep, my last page. Good. Our thoughts often wander, and we catch ourselves thinking about other things. If we're not careful, these daydreams can quickly turn into musing, worries, and regret. It's okay to think. It's okay to daydream. But make sure you're not daydreaming yourself in a rabbit hole. What are you saying, Coach Hughes? You got the power. You got the power. You got this. Your life, you got it. You've taken your power back. Worry took your power. Fear took your power. Anxiety took your power. But hey, you got it back now. You got your power back. Yeah, you got your power back. You got it back. You got me? All right. You should start thinking positive. If it's going to happen in the future, it's not. Whatever's going to happen in the future, it's not your business. Don't worry about it. Worrying about it doesn't stop it. And the stuff you worry about, it won't even happen. Most of it, 98% of it ain't gonna worry about it. So stop. You say it's hard. I know it's hard because you've been vibrating those thought vibrations for so long until they become thought vibration patterns. What's a pattern? A road. Your mind is always looking for a pattern to go down. And whatever pattern is available of that vibration, and then before you know it, you got the sensation of depression. You're dragging it around, and you got a vibrational sensation going on, and you're trying to figure out when, where, what, when, who, how. That's none of your business. Your business is to develop you, make your way prosperous, and you're going to have good success. Ask yourself if there's a big possibility, whatever you're thinking. I'm closing. Ask yourself if there's a big possibility this may happen. If it is, I got power. Okay? It's a really possibility. Stuff going on in your head. Oh, this may happen to my child. This may happen in this. Worrying about it, what it's going to do. Oh, it helps brace yourself just in case it happens. Then your mind can say, see, it's okay to worry. I told you it happened just like you worried. That's no way to live. That's no way to live. When you recall an event from the past, you recall it in the now. It is a memory trace. Everything happens in a proper situation, person, a thing that needs attention and needs to be dealt with. What's your projection of that event? Whatever the event is, what is your projection? We love it. We love it. We love it. So let's recap all of this that I unpacked. Number one, your brain is a problem solver. It's always trying to solve a problem, always trying to find a problem. When there isn't a problem, it looks for a problem or it creates a problem. So what you think is a problem, is it really a problem, or just you begin to overthink or catastrophizing, okay? And you overthought yourself into what you feel that's a problem. No. Sometimes you have challenges, you have situations, you have issues. I don't even like the word problem. The word problem begins to be a burden on you. Okay? So a lot of things are created in your mind. Are you created now? It's how the brain, we're wired for negativity. We're wired to worry. We're wired to look for a problem when there is no problem. This is where the transformation comes in. Okay? Understand? So let's go back over to my closing. Let's do this. Right. So we have it here. Let's say you got two problems or two challenges. Y'all got me saying it. You have two challenges. Okay? But with those two, if you dwell on them in the wrong way, in a negative way too long, after you think a thought for 17 seconds, it begins to bring other vehicles of thoughts, thought energies of thoughts like it. You start worrying, everything deals with worry, suicide, this and that. They don't like me. Oh, catastrophizing, all that comes in. So you catch yourself. When them thoughts come, you don't just stay there and oh, yeah, wow. Because emotions will lie. You're thinking, your mind will lie. It doesn't mean to, but it's always going. So you have to really question yourself to see, is it something that's really real or something that you created in your mind? That's what it gets down to. I need y'all that enjoy D. Leonard Hughes Personal Development Coaching Institute and Coaching Show to donate. We don't have any major supporters yet. We're expanding. We're going to go to email soon. I want to put this on every country. I want to put this in every country. There's 190 major countries in the world. I want personal development there. I want to hack minds. That's my passion. And I want y'all to help me do it. I want you to help me do it in hacking minds. Information's on the bottom for sewing or donations, whatever you feel comfortable. The Cash App is there. The Zelle is there. You can do that. Why don't you go and do that? Let's do a 2023 for year 2023. Let's put a seed in the ground. Let's donate to my project that I'm doing, my company. If you enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, that's fine. That's understanding. But if you do enjoy it, it's okay. Really 2023. And I really appreciate that. Okay. So understanding, you work on your development. Do what you do. And remember this. Is it really a problem or just a projection of an event in your mind or the way your perception of it? It could be just a what? Could be just your perception. All right. All right. Thank you. Those that are giving the 2023, $20, even $29.23. It's not much. It's not much for information. You pay for knowledge. Right. I do a lot of things, information, my research. I do a lot of things online. And many times I buy the book. This week I bought like 3 books because I want to support. And most of the people that mentor me are from my mentor through books. Most of them are gone. Bob Proctor, Earl Nightingale. Oh, been gone many years ago. So I still contribute to their foundations because when you do that, there's something about seeding or supporting where you're receiving. You keep it coming. I can't understand the scientific part of it, but it's a science. And when you put that seed in the ground, it produces. Thank you. I don't call people names that's giving, but I thank you all for the 2023. I'm going to put this up. You can put your little phone there, the Cash App image. You can put that there and put your phone and if you want to give more, you can do it. You may want to give 20,000 and 23 cents. I put it out there. Internet's all over the world. I don't know what it may get. You have that because you ask that. You may only give 20 million. We receive it. We receive it for the kingdom and we receive it for hacking minds. I'm going to leave it up just a few seconds. Appreciate you all. Put your phone to that. Do that 2023. And we certainly appreciate you very much. Let's talk about this real quickly. Let's intercede for our country. You know, I talk about the personal development and I do a little politics because that's Those are my passions. Those are my passions. I'm headed somewhere. I won't say where. I know where I'm headed, but I don't want to mention right now. So let's intercede for our country. We really got some real challenges going. And I still believe if my people that are called by my name, I'm going that route right now. For those of us that understand that, those of you that don't, then, just let me do this to help. I don't want to offend anybody. I don't offend you to offend your party, whether Republican, Democratic, Independent. I want to start another party called the Kingdom Party, building the kingdom of God on the earth. Okay. So let's intercede for, let's keep a watch on things. A lot of things are happening in the news. I don't want to get into that because I don't want to offend who you feel to be a candidate. I don't want to get into that. But we have to get back to truth. Let me say this. Don't believe all the news and everything. You're smart. You're smart. You know a lie. You know a truth. Our country has no honor, has no respect. We don't even respect politicians. Let's say this, politicians don't even respect themselves. That stuff they're saying, the thing that's in the House of Representatives, Marjorie Greene, and I'm going to mention her. Because she's off the chain. There has to be a boundaries of what's saying and name calling. But can I be honest with y'all? That's the spirit. That's the vibration that's on the land. That's the vibration that's on the dishonor, disrespect, justice, disrespect, the Constitution, disrespect people. And a lot of it is a dishonor to the position or to the office. Now, we that are kingdom folks, we don't do it politically. We do it what the scripture says. Nation sin is a reproach to any nation, missing the mark. But righteousness exalts a nation. They're calling right, wrong, right. Even in the religious circle, people are doing everything they want to do. Let me tell y'all something. Right is still right. Wrong is still wrong. Righteousness will always exalt a people, a person, or a nation. So let's look and so let's be mindful. And don't turn a deaf ear to it. Watch it. Listen. Learn. We live in this country. Our freedom. If things would have went differently on January the 6th, really would have been in a mess. Really would have been some major challenges. But we're grateful for Pence for doing what the Constitution says. I'm not going to get into too much because I don't know who your candidate is, and I don't want to offend anybody. But I'm just saying overall as an overlay that we have to really intercede for our country and get out and vote. Get out and vote. Your vote makes a difference. It makes a difference. It really does. And you vote your conviction, and not just the personality, but policies. Don't vote personality. Vote policies and those that will keep the policies. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So I want to say it like that. I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen in Georgia. All of the threats. I'm going to say this, it's not to offend anybody. Every other president that we've had, besides Nixon, they went on about their business. You lose, you go on. You lost because you didn't handle situations. You didn't listen. Even COVID, you didn't listen to what the professionals were saying, what the medical professionals were saying in dealing with COVID. So a lot of things was done. They did it themselves. They did it themselves. We got to stand for our country. If not, there's no integrity. There's no righteousness. What have always made us different from any other country in the world? Our standards, even the way we did elections, was a lot of other countries have patterned their elections from how our system, our constitutional electoral system is set up. But now that's gone because of one person. One person. One person. That's all I'm going to say because I don't want to offend anybody. I want to say, but I'm just saying it has to be addressed. You've got to know what's right, wrong, truth, lie. Okay? You got to understand that. When a person starts saying, you come after me, I'm going to come after you, that's nothing for a president. That's what hood folks do. That's what violent folks do. You don't say that. The president, an ex-president, you come after me, I'm coming after you. Are you serious? Is this where we are? And it stirs up other people to violence. The one he did in what is that, in Utah? He was going to kill the president and Biden and kill this one and kill that one. It have spit venom in our nation. I just want to deal with that. It's intercede for our country. Y'all listen to the news. I don't want to hear that. Why? You in the country? Then when something happened, oh, I didn't know that. I listen to it all. And I make my own judgment. But I'm a person of truth. I'm a kingdom person. I know what the word says. People are not doing what the word says. They're not doing in the political arena. They're not doing it in everyday life. They're not even doing it in the church. They're not really doing the word stuff in the church. It's anything. They got cliche. People believe stuff that's not even in the Bible. They got their own belief. It's crazy. They got their own belief. They come up with stuff and you say, that ain't scriptural. That's not how you run things in God. But we're getting away from that. There's no standards anymore. The Cash App information is at the bottom. The Zelle information is at the bottom. Maybe next round I'm going to run. Maybe I'll run for president. I'm laughing, but I'll sure go for it. I don't care. I'll go for it. If I don't make it. But at least I tried. I can put some good policies out there that can hopefully help our country. It's been wonderful. It's been wonderful, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for all of you for helping me and supporting. The Cash App is there. The Zelle is there. Thank you for the 2023. A couple of folks have done more, and I thank you so much. Okay? It's about personal development. Develop you. Listen, if you do exactly what I say, you're going to see tremendous results. If you do exactly what I'm teaching you week after week and wake ups every morning, you're going to see tremendous results. Practice that stuff. Get in it. When you feel your mind going through something, go back to the wake up. You feed your mind, life will feed you. When you feel overwhelmed, that's just your thoughts. Depression, that's just your thoughts. Anxiety, that's your thoughts. Frustration, you feel frustration. Why? Because it's a thought. Remember, thought, vibration, sensation. You feel it. Oh, God. That's a sensation. It's a vibration. And it started with. All right, y'all. That's it for today. It has been a wonderful gathering. I thank you all for tuning in and being with us. D. Leonard Hughes here. And thank you for listening. I'm going to put this up for a second. All right, somebody just text me. Put it back up. There it is. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. You can go back over and watch it or send it to somebody. Help me hack mine. Until next time, peace out.